Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to do a VOD review of this one Fizz game that I played off stream. Because as nice as live commentary games are, I think VOD reviews are a lot better for allowing me to fully break down everything that I have to think about, or that you have to think about in a game that I may not be able to fully comment on in the situation because I do have to concentrate on actually playing the game. Whereas here I can just take all the time I need to explain everything and also possibly catch things that I wasn't thinking about when I was actually playing the game. So I hope that this will serve very well for helping you learn and understand Fizz and his gameplay and everything you need to think about while you're playing him. So yeah, alright. First things first, before the game even really starts, I wanted to do this match specifically, Fizz versus Syndra, because it's exactly the kind of matchup you want to play as Fizz. Syndra is pretty much awful into Fizz. She is exactly the kind of champion that Fizz wants to play into. She is a mobile. She has no defense mechanisms whatsoever, no shields, no mobility. She does have a form of self-peel in her E, which is a knockback and can also potentially stun, but that's also quite easily dodgeable by Fizz. So it's just a really bad matchup for all around. So this is the kind of champ, like if you're just reserving Fizz as a counter pick and you're not just picking him like every game, this is exactly the kind of champion you would want to pick him into. And I wanted to use this game as an example to show you exactly what makes Fizz good into a champion like Syndra and how exactly you can leverage that into winning the game overall rather than just winning lane, which is, I mean, it's nice, but it's not going to win you games, right? So yeah, let's get started. First things first, you only really start beating her technically around level 3, but if she plays badly, you can start winning at level 2, but at level 1, there's just pretty much nothing you can do. You're just going to wait for her to shove in, basically. You can start E if she's going to be trying to pressure you, so you can use your E to dodge her Q and avoid some of her auto attacks, as well as farm the minions as well. Here I could see she was a lot more focused on pushing, so I didn't bother leveling E at the start. And eventually I saw that she was pushing me under tower pretty quickly, so I just thought I may as well just take my W, and it will help me farm into tower more easily, since I don't really need my E to avoid much pressure anyway. I do take some damage for that decision, but overall it didn't really make much of a difference either way. Yeah, and okay, here, let me just go back a sec. See, this is exactly what I mean. Like, I can't really take the time to explain this stuff in a real game. Alright, so I get this minion right. Alright, so why do I all in her here? Well, basically, I can just sit here under tower and last hit these 4 caster minions. But that entire time, she's going to be auto-attacking me, she's going to be throwing Qs at me, she's just going to be pressuring me. So I might get that extra 4 CS, and I'll be up a little bit in gold, and I'll be happy for it. But overall, I'm going to be losing a lot of lane pressure for it, because she'll be punishing me while I'm not fighting back. Whereas I actually do win all-ins here at level 2. So, well, I mean, especially if I dodge her spells, but I mean, even without it, I'm pretty sure I still win all-ins. So I take the decision here to say, okay, I'm just going to sacrifice this CS for the good of the overall laning phase. So I just ignore the minions and I just all in her. I don't even manage to dodge anything there, but that's fine. Because as I said, you know, you just beat her so hard in all-ins. She's so squishy. Yeah, so that's a pretty big advantage gain for me, especially since I have Corrupting Potion. Oh, she has 2. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I just straight up did more damage to her than her to me. So I'm like 3 CS behind, but that's fine because look how low she is now. Which, yep, is now just going to lead to a kill. Yeah, let me just show that back again, that combo. Right. So here, I use my E. It's obviously not going to reach her, so as I'm landing, I use Flash. And that causes my E to still hit her. I have to point out that you can only do this combo with the single cast E. The big one that causes his E to slow. If you're doing the double cast, which is quicker, but it also has a thinner hitbox, you can't actually flash during that. So in this kind of situation, it's a lot better to use the single cast than flash, and it will catch your opponent off guard. And then I was doing a combo for maximum damage, so I just spaced out all my damage. I think I do auto attack, then W, then Q. Yeah, making full use of my auto attack resets rather than just casting every spell at once, because that would not have enough damage to kill her. But yeah, that pretty much only happened because of the pressure that I gained from all-ending her on the tower earlier. If not for that, she wouldn't have been low. And of course the J4 helped, but you know, he might not even have bothered ganking if I hadn't done that to Syndra earlier. So yeah, missed like 3 or 4 CS to be able to win the lane harder later on, in the form of getting a kill on her there. So on my first back, I went Thorin's Ring and Dark Seal. You pretty much always want to go Dark Seal on your first back if you can, unless you can afford like a straight up Hextech Revolver, because it's just a pretty nice item for Fizz. It helps you snowball. It synergizes well with your Corrupting Potion, gives you more sustain and more mana. And you can optionally also go Thorin's Ring early on. It's a very laning phase oriented purchase. Right now, I'm thinking probably I wouldn't actually want to go against Syndra generally, because Syndra is such an easy champion to beat in lane anyway. I feel like it's a lot better to just, or it would have been a lot better in the situation for me to just go Amplifying Tome to lead into my micro items a lot better, since I don't need the extra laning power. But yeah, it is an option. Again, they're just ignoring the CS because I see an opportunity to all in for higher pressure, and then I don't continue the all in or even use my E to dodge her spells, because I was worried about Sejuani. I went to ward there, make sure she wasn't around. She was around, so as soon as Syndra cast her E, I just used the opportunity to E out. Yeah, like at any point right now I can just all in her and like beat her, but since I know Sejuani is definitely in the area, I think she was doing my raptors there. Yeah, I see I see her in the brush there. I don't do anything stupid, but I do like try and apply pressure. Bait her into thinking I might do something, wastes her time. But anyway, as soon as I hit level 6, that's when the matchup really gets bad for Syndra. She has no easy way to dodge it, and if I hit her, it's just a pretty much free one-shot. Especially because she went to Ignite instead of Barrier for some reason. That's a really poor choice for the matchup. You definitely want to go Barrier against Fizz, if not in general. So this back, I just go the Amplifying Tome and Boots. Pretty much just spending what little gold I do have, since there's not much left for me to accomplish there. It was just a good moment to back, even if I had nothing important to buy. Just using my W active to gain all the CS. Somehow Jarvan died there. Oh well. And somehow Sejuani is level 3. I'm not sure how she ended up so behind. But yeah, here I'm just like, okay, I don't care that Sejuani's on the lane. Somebody's gonna die here. And I really don't know how she survived there. I think she got a cookie. Like she had Time Warp Tonic, so that made her her Corrupting Potion do a small burst of heal, and then apparently I think she got a cookie as well. Yeah, she had a cookie in her inventory too, so it gave her 2 bursts of heal. So I thought she was 100% dead, so I didn't bother finishing her off. Unfortunately, it's pretty unusual to have an opponent healed quite that much from potions, so I didn't really expect that, so I missed out on the kill really stupidly. But yeah, as you can see, she can't really survive against me very easily. Then we just finish off Syndra thanks to Nami's roam. And as you can see, Syndra couldn't really do anything to save Syndra. Syndra only survived because I stupidly let her, because I thought she would die anyway. But you see how the matchup is, right? Like, I don't even have a massive lead, right? I was 1-0-1, and the first assist barely gave me any gold because it was a 5-man assist. It was from a level 1 invade. I barely had a lead, and I just ulted her while she was full HP and basically one-shot her. Even with Syndra on the lane. That just shows you how bad the matchup is for Syndra. And exactly why she needs barrier, right? Like, she can't afford to just die every single time that I tag her with ult, which is pretty much how the matchup goes. Unfortunately, but barrier does make it more bearable. So yeah, here I'm low on mana, so I just recall. I've also got Hextech Revolver, really nice power spike for the lane. Then take Ruby's Crystal, just to get me started on upgrading it towards Protobelt. Okay, yeah, and here's a really good... Hang on, let me just go back slightly. Here's something that I thought was really good to point out as I was playing this game. So here, you can see that I can just go towards mid lane. Go, you know, as we were doing, just go back to lane against Syndra, try and go for more kills, farm some minions. She's going to obviously shove this into the tower, so this wave of hers that's about to show up, it's going to hit my tower. And if I don't walk to mid lane, I'm going to lose all that CS. But at the same time, if you look over at bot lane, Lux is pretty low. Nami's pretty low. It's pretty likely that there's going to be a fight soon here for either this bot lane all-inning each other, trying to go for the low HP members to kill each other. But also you have to notice that there's a complete lack of vision over here on our side. If Syndra wants to gank through here, our bot lane is completely unprepared for it. Nami is close to death. Lucian, he's healthy, but he could die if the gank goes badly. So I started off walking towards mid lane, you know, it's pretty normal, but then I look at my bot lane and I think they're pretty vulnerable. I think shit is probably going to be going down soon here. So I realized that, and I just decided to change direction. Hang on, just look at it. Like, starting off towards mid lane, and then come on, yeah. Then I realized, oh shit, shit's going down here. Oh, Lucian's even lower now. Actually, both bot lanes are so much lower now, especially. I think actually that's the reason why I started changing direction, because that's look, it's basically just what I said earlier, but like even worse now, right? Like both bot lanes are so low, just all 4 members. If Syndra ganks right now, it's gonna be so bad for them probably, right? And likewise, my bot lane also have every incentive to want to all in here. Even if Syndra actually doesn't gank here, it's still really good for me to just walk up here, because we can just easily dive this, right? I just walk up through the lane, and if their bot lane doesn't see me coming and back off, I just tower dive them. If they do back off, then we just get a lot of free turret plating here, and their bot lane is forced to back, and they lose a lot for that, whereas I don't really lose as much comparatively on mid lane. So it's just pretty much a good idea all around, no matter what happens, to just go bot lane right now. But on top of that, you know, as I said, they had no vision, so they get ganked. Now they do actually, yeah, Nami lands a sick bubble there, which leads to them actually being able to kill Syndra. But that doesn't stop me from going bot lane, because like I said, oh, even Syndra came bot lane as well. But even if that hadn't happened, again, like I said, you know, everybody's solo, there's a lot of opportunity here. But it's worth missing out on mid lane farm for, which is already pretty much dead anyway. And then, you know, as I said, because of their HP, shit is likely to go down. Not just Syndra roaming was a possibility, but also Syndra. Jax could TP theoretically. It's actually down, but I don't know that. So yeah, Syndra shows up, and I'm already prepared. I'm already here. I actually get nothing there. I step on a trap. Then, yeah, I think I just get Lux slapping her with the ult. So yeah, I didn't actually get much here, but you know, it is a really good example of reading the map and just having the right priorities, because obviously CS is good. You usually want to get as much CS as possible, but there are bigger priorities throughout the game. In a situation like this where you see your bot lane, or both bot lanes are low, and you think there could be something going on here. Like, Actually, I'm pretty sure in my thought process at the time I was thinking, oh, shit is gonna go down bot lane soon. I'm gonna go mid. I'm gonna shove it out. Then I'm gonna go gank bot lane. But then I also realized, no, that's greedy. I gotta sort out my priorities. My priorities are to just go bot lane, because if Sejuani ended up failing the gank, but if she actually hadn't failed the gank, if she just showed up bot lane, and she beat me to the punch, because I was busy shoving out mid lane because I was too greedy to just run straight to bot lane, that could have been really bad for us. Whereas if her gank had worked out, but I had also been here to counteract it, then, you know, things would have worked out a lot better for us than if I had just gone mid lane to shove, right? So this doesn't just apply to mid lane. It's actually more of a jungle concept more than anything. It's like maybe you're farming Krugs and you see top lane is in a position to get ganked, right? A lot of junglers will think, all right, I'm going to clear all my camps pathing towards top side, then I'll take that opportunity. But if you're really thinking exactly about what your priorities should be and you're on Krugs and you see top lane is gankable, you shouldn't just path towards top lane slowly while clearing every camp along the way. No, you just gank top lane, because the more you wait, the more chances of somebody else taking that opportunity on the enemy team. Maybe somebody will gank Zed and kill him. You just always have to think about what's your priority right at this very exact moment. So I could go for that mid lane CS, then I could shove out another wave. I could be like 10 CS up compared to what I am now. But if I do that, I risk this opportunity slipping by and it turning into a bad situation for my team rather than a good one for us. So you just have to think about what your priorities should be, not just what would give you the most CS. Like in an ideal world, yeah, I could go mid lane. I could get that CS. Then I could roam bot lane. That could take my sweet time. But that's not how it works. So you just need to realize that if you don't prioritize your opportunities properly, then many will just slip by you. Alright, so that's something I wanted to talk about. Very useful for Fizz, but also for the game in general. Then, yeah, there I see Sejuani isn't going to be able to do anything to me. She's in the river. So I just use my E to wall in Syndra there. She manages to cancel my Q with her E, but it really doesn't matter. That just shows you, it again just shows you how one-sided the matchup is for Fizz. And here she's obviously really easily killable. I don't really need my ult here. If I can just get on her with anything, it's probably gonna have to involve flash. Yeah. Yeah, without my ult, it would be really hard to actually do anything there. Like to actually reach her. I could have just waited for my ultimate to come up, but the thing is, obviously, you don't just win games by winning lane, right? So if I can kill Syndra without my ult, I want to do that. I want to save my ult to make to create plays elsewhere across the map to get my team ahead. So I just use my flash for it instead of waiting like 5 seconds for my ultimate to come up. And here I'm out of mana. I finish shoving out and then I run out of mana, so got a lot of gold I think, so I just go back for that. Finish my proto belt. And then I go for a sapphire crystal to go into the sheen. This might be another situation where I just want to move bot lane again soon because they have no vision. They could easily get ganked by Sejuani here. Like if I were just telling myself what to do right now, I would shove this wave. Yep. Nice, this is exactly what I'm doing. But it seems like my bot lane is just going to back. So there's nothing to do there. But in case they didn't, it's nice that I just started moving in that direction just in case I needed to do anything there. Okay, and yeah. Yeah, I ended up just using my ult for the lane kill again anyway, since there's no opportunities on the map right now. I'm just gonna go look over that combo again, just so you can see what I did. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna Q onto one of these minions, And during the Q animation, I'm going to cast ult. It hides the ult animation and also casts it from a lot closer range. Like, theoretically, I think Fizz ult from here to there, it might reach, especially since she seems to be moving in this direction. But obviously, it's longer ranged, and she has a lot more time to react. Whereas what I end up doing... Yeah, I just cast Q into one of these minions. So I get a lot closer to her, and she also gets a lot less time to react to the ult. And then I see her E, I react in time with my E. So then I basically do a similar combo to the E flash, except I use my Proto Belt instead. There was no need, basically, because, well, with the flash combo, you only do that like to gain more distance, right? Here I didn't need more distance, but obviously Proto Belt does more damage. I mean, it does damage, whereas flash does no damage. And if you're going to be using Proto Belt in a combo, whereas here it's like, why not? It's got such a low cooldown. I probably have the damage to kill her anyway, but, you know, there's no harm in just adding it to the combo anyway. So just using Proto Belt during your E, it's just the most fluid way to add it to your combo. Because it means that it can't be interrupted, the dash. And it's like, it happens during an animation where you can't do anything else anyway, right? Because you can't cast Q during your E, you can't use W, you can't auto attack, you can't do anything, but you can do Proto Belt. So it's just the most fluid time to use Proto Belt during your combo. So that's why I do that. And then, yeah, just easy kill. And Syndra tries to clean up. She can't really do anything here. Just doesn't have the damage. Yeah, I just use my E to shove. I don't really care if she tries to all in me. Let's pressure her a little bit there. Gonna start the recall. Yeah, I'm just looking at the side lanes a lot because that's what I would or should be doing in the game as well. Just making sure that, yeah, again, here I realize, look, there's my jungler trying to get ready to dive bot lane. Syndra's missing. I think I pinged that. Yeah, Syndra's missing. Maybe she ran into the river. Maybe we had vision of that. Maybe she's just completely missing and we have no clue. But either way, it's again one of those situations. Shit's about to go down, right? My jungler's getting ready to dive. The enemy team is all off the map. Something's going to happen here. So do I go mid and shove out the wave and then go bot lane? No, I just run bot lane. Priorities, dude. It's very important. So, okay, we end up seeing Syndra on mid lane, but I still think, yeah, something could go down here. So I just keep on going bot lane. So my ultimate is down, so I can't really force anything too hard here, but Fizz, like, if we have 4 people here, it's just going to be an easy dive anyway, and Fizz in general is just really good at diving. But, okay, so Jarvan left, and we don't have a big enough wave right now because they started clearing. So I just get ready to try and kill them. Once they step forwards, but unfortunately I step out of the brush and they see me. So yeah, don't do that. But again, it's Jarvan returns, so again we're in a really good position to be able to dive them if we want to. Again, Syndra's missing. We have a really good dive opportunity here, and she knows it. She doesn't even bother shoving this out. Like me, she has good priorities. She just moves right away. She doesn't wait, she just does it. Or wait, does she? Oh. Does she? No, okay, no. She's just stupid. So we have a really good dive opportunity here because we know Syndra isn't moving. She should be moving, but she doesn't. So we take the opportunity to just force really hard here. And get hit by 2 traps there. But yeah, see, this happens because Syndra did not have her priorities straight. She could have done something to prevent this. I mean, look, Lucian is pretty low. Jarvan is pretty low. There was room to get some kills back here. Maybe even completely turn it around since they had the advantage of it being under their tower, right? But she didn't move, so we're like, yeah, I'll take this tower. I'll take these kills. Which is exactly the kind of situation that I try and prevent. When I go straight from base to bot lane, rather than going through mid lane first and clearing that, that's exactly the kind of thing that I have in mind that I don't want to happen. That I want to be in place to prevent or fight back if the enemy team tries to like dive my bot lane. Syndra just gets solo killed there. And wasted her flash in the process too. It's pretty bad for her. It's her only defensive tool. Alright, so map is pretty quiet right now. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be ganking me. We have a little bit of vision, and even if they do, I have plenty of survivability tools. So I'm not worried, so I just go for this tower here. Probably worth mentioning, my top lane is like slightly losing. He's up in CS, but also down a kill. I haven't bothered helping that lane since I don't feel like it's necessary. He's not losing, even if we treat him as losing, he's not really losing by much. And we're not worried about Jax 1v9 in the game if literally the entire rest of the map is ahead. And I just pretty much trolled there and tried to hold Syndra for some reason. I mean, I'm really ahead and she's not particularly tanky right now, but there was like no chance of killing her there, even if she was alone. Not in the tower. So that was just my aggressiveness taking the better of me there. But it's no problem. I just basically, I recognize even after landing my ult that there's nothing to do there, so I don't go in on my ult. I just waste my ultimate cooldown, and then I troll again after getting a kill because I realize I can just burst them even without my ult. I was probably not gonna die there for it either, so I just went for that. As for items, I got my Sheen, really nice item on Fizz. It's the highest damage item he can get, potentially. As an early game item, Protobalt is better. But throughout the game as a whole, because of Lich Bane's ratio, it's going to be a lot stronger. But because of Protobalt's early game power, that's why most Fizz mains that build both items would usually build Protobalt first. And then later on towards the Lich Bane, if you want that, you could also potentially go Zhonya's if you want more survivability. But the standard is usually just put about into Lich Bane. And there's the Lich Bane. Yeah, so now bot lane is super ahead. Mainly, they were winning on their own, I think, anyway, but also amplified by the fact that I kept moving bot lane and creating plays there. So they managed to extend their lead across the map by getting a kill on Jax and also getting top lane tower. Which is exactly why you usually want to focus or prioritize getting bot lane ahead over top lane. Because bot lane can extend their lead across the map earlier on way better than top lane can. Really stupid of Caitlyn there. I think I'll probably just go for this. Yeah, I don't use Q because I don't want to risk stepping on her traps. I just use E to catch her. Barely survived there. Let me just go back and show you exactly what saved my life there. Yeah, here's where I'm using my E to catch Caitlyn. I still have my Q up because I didn't need that for the kill. Okay, so I get stunned here. I think there's no way I can... Wait, actually... If I run over here, there's a chance that I might be able to wait for my E to come back up and jump over this wall and escape. No, actually no. Looking how quickly I got burst down during the stun wasn't happening. So instead what I do is just Q Jax here. Because I was so close to him already, this doesn't... like, I was already in melee range, right? And the way his Q works, it always travels like the same distance unless you hit a wall. So my Q just takes me a really solid distance away from Jax and also kind of confuses him because he wasn't expecting me to suddenly end up here. He was expecting me to run over here, right? Which is the obvious option. Also, it has the added advantage of being able to dodge Luxton, which probably would have killed me otherwise. But even if I hadn't dodged that, I still would have used Q for the reasons I mentioned. It's just a better direction to run in. So then I have the problem of, unfortunately, being Fizz, which means my W passive is constantly aggroing onto the last person I hit for like the following 3 seconds. So I can't avoid getting tower aggro here. Also get ignited by Lux, but fortunately I do have Nami here to heal me. And I get hit by the tower shot again, use my E to escape as quickly as possible, and just by luck, I managed to survive there. But only because I managed to play it properly otherwise. I think the only way I could have played that better was if I'd queued Jax before... Yeah, definitely if I'd managed to queue Jax before the stun actually hit me, I might have been able to dodge the stun, and that would have been a much cleaner escape, and not on 5 HP. It would have just been a lot safer looking. But yeah, it worked out anyway. And yeah, Nami just gets a pick on Lux there because she's positioned really overly aggressive, so we just get another free kill there. Just decide to clear this wave before leaving. There's no downside to it. So here, I guess I'm probably going to go for a Magi's maybe? No? Okay, looks like I want to prioritize Zhonya's. Which is fine. Stopwatch and Zhonya's are just really good items on Fizz because it adds a lot to your survivability, which is already really high. And the stasis helps you buy time for your E to come back up. So it adds like a... It increases your survivability like multiplicatively, right? Or what's the term? I can't remember, but basically it's a lot better for your survivability than just a 2.5 second stasis, right? It's more than just a GA for an 80 carry. It makes your other spells so much more effective at helping you survive as well because it buys time for them to come back up so you can get a second rotation in. So that's why it's absolutely a core item for Fizz. And I think later on I just end up going for a Magi's. That was a battle. Or maybe not, maybe I just used it to zone. Because either way, I knew I could get Caitlyn anyway, and I figured Syndra would probably walk into it, but if she doesn't, then it just zones her from running in that direction. I'm not really sure that there's much to analyze here. Let me just go over that again. But, I mean, at this point, you can see I'm ridiculously fed, of course. But aside from that, I mean, the entire map is just fed except for Zed. Jarvan's popping off, bot lane is popping off, so we're just gonna be stomping pretty much every fight that we take here. But there's not much to say except, you know, we just take fights and we win them. So let's see this again. Caitlyn just clearly is gonna die to any like WQ combo. So yeah, I start off with Protobot to reach her more quickly. Then yeah, I assumed Syndra was probably gonna start moving up, so I throw towards her while having Caitlyn as my main priority. So I thought I could probably hit Syndra with that and then kill her later after Caitlyn, but didn't quite work out that way. Yeah, she did actually start moving there, but she managed to dodge, so we'll play from her. Then, like I said, Caitlyn just dies to WQ. No chance of surviving. Here I'm under no threat. Lux is easily killable, but I think I can just probably really easily kill Syndra instead, I think. Or, no, actually I just prioritize killing Jax. Nope, no, okay, I do kill Syndra. I might have wanted to just prioritize Jax, but I think he was going to kill Nami anyway, and see, he didn't accomplish anything else besides that, so it didn't really matter. But in that kind of situation where a carry like Jax is like pressuring your teams, just even if he's not a squishy, he's not the kind of target you usually want to go for as an assassin. But I mean, their ADC is already dead. Syndra is obviously not going to carry a fight on 3-8 and 3. And Jax, I mean, he probably wasn't going to carry that fight either, right? But he was definitely going to do a lot more than his team. And if I just focus him down with my WQ, use my E, just add his... I'm not going to, like, one-shot him on my own. But if I just add all my damage towards him, it really helps my team burst him down. And ensures that whatever damage he does, it's minimal. He's not... He might kill one person, like, I'm pretty sure he would have got that on me anyway, but... At least he'd have, like, no chance of accomplishing anything else besides that. No chance of him, like, pulling off a miracle play to carry the team fight. So in hindsight, I definitely would have focused Jax there instead, but focusing Syndra worked just as well anyway. Yeah, so on that back, since I still have my stopwatch, I still haven't had to use it. I still have that available. I just decide I may as well not upgrade my Zanyas. I may as well just upgrade the Magi's because I'm snowballing anyway. I have 0 deaths. I'm probably not going to die throughout the rest of the game. As long as I don't play stupidly. So I just go for that Magi's. And here we just decide to force Baron. I'm pretty sure we actually get it stolen from us. But our main focus here isn't really to even get the Baron. We just... Like, if they try and contest it, then we can just fight back. Unfortunately, I already missed my ult. Yeah, they ended up stealing it. But, yeah, like I said, to be able to steal that Baron, they need to get, like, into a position where they can't easily get out of. So we get 2 kills there. It's really bad that they stole the Baron. We probably should have turned a lot sooner. But it's kind of hard to coordinate those kind of calls in solo queue. Like, some people will be thinking of turning, others will be thinking that we're just trying to burst down the Baron. So it's kind of complicated, but it does... In that kind of situation, it wasn't a disaster either way, no matter how it turned out. Even if they stole the Baron, because we definitely did get some return kills, and while they're dead, while their death timers are going, we get to accomplish a lot of other things on the map. Fortunately, Syndra just completely clears that wave. So... Overall, I would definitely say this Baron was actually in their favor, unfortunately. But it wasn't too good because they're not able to abuse it. They're not in a position where they can actually like push with it or anything. And it would have been absolutely great for us if we could have got it and just get Baron buffs in all 3 lanes. But it's not a disaster for us by any means. Sejuani's ult was down there anyway, but even if she tries to do something there, if she tries to ult me, I can just easily stopwatch there, so I wasn't worried. So I think here, I'm just trying to pressure as much as I can. We can't siege against them while they go Baron, or even just in general, maybe. So I just want to add incentive for people to split off and move to a different lane, rather than defending as a 5-man. I probably should have just pushed bot lane. So Zed is carrying on doing what I said here. Somebody should really be pushing bot lane. Because they can't, like... The only person that can defend against... Hang on, I'll just pause this. The only person that can defend against me here, for example, would be Jax, right? So Johnny can't leave her team because she's their front line. Jax... I don't think he can beat me 1v1 at this stage because I'm just 2 ahead, but I can't dive him under tower either. So it would be really hard to pressure the tower. But it does bring Jax away from the rest of his team. And at that point, if Zed is like pressuring this as well and trying to take down Nexus towers, somebody has to move back. Nobody can 1v1 Zed again except Jax. And probably, well, maybe he can actually beat Jax in beat Zed in a 1v1. But then if he gets dragged away from here, then I get pressure here. And nobody from here can really do anything about Zed pushing or me pushing. So just having me and Zed on other lanes would be really good in this situation, especially since we failed to get the brand buff. So our sieging is just not that great right now. But Jax is in the base right now. So right now, if we were to try and engage something here, it would be a 5v4. It wouldn't be too bad, but... Yeah, if I were to... Is my ult up? No, okay. But if I were to, like, manage to land either a flash combo onto Syndra here or hit her with my ult and just manage to burst her down, that would be pretty bad for them. They pretty much need 5 people to defend against their pressure. But right now, we're not really able to do anything, which is why, in hindsight, I would recommend myself to just go into another lane and tell Zed to push the other one. So I think we just end up going for Cloud Rake instead. We realize we can't siege. We don't think, or we don't feel we can accomplish anything while their Baron buff is up. So yeah, we just end up going for the dragon and waiting for that to run out, which is fair enough. I think we could still at least pressure otherwise, but it definitely will make our job a lot easier once the Baron buff is down. Let's just check how long is left of that. Oh, not sure, he died. Can't see anybody else on their team. And I might be trying to make a play here. Alright, their brand buff is running out pretty soon. So I just maintain the pressure here. Make sure the wave stays pushing. I choose to recall, I guess, because we've got enough gold for Zanya's, and we're not really doing anything right now. It's just a good time to back. Their Baron buff isn't run out yet. It's just about to end, though, I think. So let's see. Yep, got Zanya's. Is the Baron buff out yet? Nope, not quite yet. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, it's run out. Yep. It's run out now. Okay. Just a visual bug. So their inhibitor just respawned, so we just want to take that down before we go back into the other lanes. This is kind of good for us in a way, actually, in a funny way, because if I were them, I would not try and defend this, because the only reason they can actually like defend these lanes is because of the tower there, right? Like I could easily 1v1 Jax, but I can't because he's under tower. Right? And again, here we could like engage on them and try and kill them, but it's pretty risky because of the tower, right? So here, the fact that the Inhib is up is... It's a lot different to them trying to defend these lanes, because they don't have a tower to defend them. So if they're in a position where they're going to lose a fight, and they don't realize that, and they try and defend this, that could work out really badly for them. Just trying to get rid of the killing traps there. I'm not really scared of being engaged on. Yeah, try and clear that out. Fail the E. So we just force them. Yeah, they realize we don't really want to fight them. So when we just walk up like I was doing there, I took a little bit of damage, but I don't really care. I'm just forcing them away. I know that they need to be scared of me, and I don't need to be scared of them. So we just force them off. Here's exactly the engage I was talking about. We don't have a tower to worry about, so we just engage. First target I go for is actually Jax in that situation. I think my thought process there was their carries were like too far away. Let me just go back in the team fight again. Go back to where J4 engages. Alright, so he engages there. That's killing, right? Yeah, she... you can't even see her there. She's getting hit by a bunch of AoE, or about to, and she pretty much just gets one shot. Oh wait, no, doesn't she? No, okay. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Apparently I cast my ult. I think it hits Sejuani. I was probably going for Caitlyn, but she flashed away. So Syndra's here, Caitlyn's here, Lux is there. They're really far away. The only person they're like anywhere near in position to hit right now, aside from obviously Lux's ult, is J4. Jax is over here. We don't really seem to be aware of that right now. So let's see. Oh no, now is when I throw my ult. Okay, sorry, that was a visual bug. So yeah, I hit Syndra with that ult. I'm thinking, okay, I could like E onto her here and kill her pretty easily, but she's really not a threat to my team right now. Jax here, like you see, two of my teammates are about to die here. They're in a pretty awkward position, and I don't want to risk Jax popping off and taking over this fight. So he's got his E up. He's about to stun in an AoE, and he's dodging auto attacks right now anyway. So I think I just stay away for a bit, and well, actually just ignore him for a bit. But then, yeah, once I see that I can't do anything here, killing too far away, Syndra actually even ends up using Zanya's on my ultimate, so can't see her, can't kill her. So I just decide, yep, best thing I can do in this situation is to just help my team deal with Jax. So I just do that. Then because of the threat of my ult and just my general presence, Syndra and Caitlyn haven't really been able to do much this fight except for focus J4, our front line. Really weren't able to do much else. So just by existing in the fight pretty much, Caitlyn and Syndra aren't really able to do anything. And then on top of that, I also managed to help my team deal with the Jax, who is pretty much their only chance of winning. But as you can see, he's only 4-4. Not fantastic CS. He's not really likely to 1v9 this game. But it is their biggest win condition, so it's just nice for me to help out my team and make sure he dies. Apparently, I was sitting on a ward there, yeah. I was just waiting to see if anybody on their team tried to go for blue or something. It was actually pretty unlikely for that to be awarded. No consequence for sitting there anyway. They weren't really in a position to set up an ambush. So on this back, I just go for pinks. I see the Baron is about to come back up, right? So I think in the last fight, I'm not sure we had a pink on the Baron last time, but either way, anytime you're setting up to fight around an objective, it's just nice to pack up on pinks if you have the extra item slots. Just drown out the enemy team from as much vision as possible. Because of Lux, they're going to have some degree of vision on the Baron anyway, no matter what. But the more vision you're able to drown out from their team and obtain for your team, the more limited their options are. Like, for example, here, Lux didn't have vision here. She wanted to try and obtain vision for her team, but we just managed to catch her out there. Because we had vision here. Did we have vision anywhere else? I mean, we do, but I'm not really sure why, because we don't have wards. I think that's just a spectator thing. But yeah, we see her coming either way, or we see her when she's there. So we just get an easy kill on her. Then Jax trolls and dies as well. Easy kill. Here, I think I'm probably just telling Zed. No, somebody was paying mid lane to go for the Inhib. Oh yeah. Somebody wanted to go for the Inhib, but I'm saying, no, we should go for Baron. We get a free Baron here. Zed maybe can even take the Inhib on his own, but Baron is better here because we get the Baron and the inhibitor later anyway. Then somebody placed the pink here, right? And we don't have vision, but I'm pretty sure it's probably Sejuani. She's the most likely person on their team to have a pink, and she's the only person on their team who can actually do anything useful with that pink, right? Because Caitlyn is not going to steal Baron with the pink ward, right? Sejuani, if she gets vision, she might Q and steal just like she did last time, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, Sejuani's definitely somewhere around this area. So when this Baron starts to get low, and I know she wants to like move into the area soon, I just go over this wall. Yeah, I know she's there. I didn't immediately see her, but I know she's somewhere in the area. So I pink that brush. I see her. I just go fully all in on her. I cast my ult. I do everything. I just need her to die before this Baron drops. My team is actually making a big mistake here in focusing down this Baron, because the lower it gets, the more chance of Sejuani being able to steal this, especially if it drops to like 1000 HP-ish area and Sejuani like Qs in or flashes in and manages to get a miracle steal. That's really bad. But if my team just completely stops hitting the Baron here, just gives me time to kill her, because I don't even really need help here, right? You see how much damage I'm doing. I'm instantly ahead. So she's about to die no matter what. So we do end up managing to kill her anyway, before my team can get the Baron to a stealable position. But they, you can't be too careful. They should have stopped hitting it temporarily. Make sure Sejuani's dealt with, and then continue doing the Baron. And that's why in this kind of situation, the Baron is just a free objective. There's nothing they can do about it. So long as you play it well, like I know for a fact that Sejuani can't do anything there if I'm pressuring her, then it's just free. There's no chance for that to go wrong. This time around, it was a much better call than it was last time. Simply because of the fact that we'd already killed 2 people, so there was pretty much nothing they could do. If I wanted to go and try and kill Sejuani, well, I can. They can't stop me. So yeah, we end up getting that free Baron. Sejuani dies for her efforts in trying to steal it. And like I said, we just immediately get the Inhib anyway. It's a completely free reward for getting the Baron. Even if Sejuani had been alive, it wouldn't have made a difference. And as you can see, the Baron is just so much better at helping us take over the game compared to the Inhib. It can vary. It's not always the case that where Baron is more valuable than an Inhib, but in this game in particular, where we're just really bad at sieging, it is. It is just so much more valuable. And from this point on, there's just not much left for their team to do. Already got twin Hibs down. I'm just wondering why my team is going so aggressive there. There's absolutely no need. I just want to push. So yeah, it's a bit of a fiesta. I think I shoved that out, or the minions died on their own. I see my team is fighting. I just go and help out. But either way, like, we're so ahead. Let's see. 3 people in their team died. Sejuani nearly died. She's gonna leave. On my team, we've got... I wasn't even in this fight, right? This was a 4v5, and still we have 4 people alive. So my team was just monkeying it up there, but we were so ahead from the rest of the game that it just doesn't really matter. I messed up that combo so hard. That's embarrassing. I'm kind of sad that I didn't pick a different game now. I tried to do the E flash combo, but I think I was hesitating too much on thinking about whether I should do it or not. I ended up deciding it was just a free kill, so I should go for it, make sure she can die, or she dies before she can get her HP back. But I made the decision too late. My E had already ended, so it didn't do damage. Yeah, embarrassing. But either way, I mean, yeah, you see how ahead I am. My E was on cooldown, but I still had Zanya's. so I don't really have to worry about anything. Just an embarrassing thing for you guys to see. I use my E to dodge the Johnny there. I don't get stunned. Pretty much just playing for fun at that point. Nothing they can do, so I just have fun with it. And that's the end of the game. So yeah, I hope this was a valuable learning lesson for anybody who wants to learn to play Fizz. I think it's a perfect example of it's pretty much a textbook example of how you want to play Fizz, right? Because he's generally considered not that great of a champion in general. Is considered very easy to punish. But in a matchup like Syndra, he just stomps it so hard. He has extremely good lane priority starting from level 6 or even sooner, depending on how well you play the lane. After certain points, you just can't walk up at all without risking getting hit by ult and dying. So, you know, obviously that leads to you getting a lot of kills, but you can see that I also leveraged that into a lot more than just lane kills. I also managed to get bot lane ahead. I just used my lead to well, I'm not sure I would call this carrying the game. As you can see, my bot lane was doing fine. If I hadn't intervened, they probably would have won their lane anyway. But I was extremely valuable towards the bottom side of the map. The bottom side of the map, I managed to definitely give them a much bigger lead than they would have had otherwise. And because of my intervention or my my help towards the map as a whole, even though I didn't help top side, that didn't matter because bot lane was what influenced the game this time around. Just being able to secure that lead for my team it just made the game unwinnable for them, basically. You know, there was like no chance of Jax being able to carry that game or Sejuani. Nobody could do anything because I just took over the game too hard by beating Syndra and extending that lead towards the bottom side of the map, which left them pretty much no room whatsoever for outplaying unless they were just so much better than my team that they could overcome it anyway. But, you know, in this case, they didn't. So pretty much exactly what you want to aim for anytime you're playing Fizz. You don't just want to win lane. You're not looking to get a CS lead, you know, like as I was talking about earlier when I could have just walked from base to here and got some CS and then run bot lane. No, you don't care about CS leads. You don't want to just repeatedly kill your enemy mid lane over and over. You want to try and extend your lead as much as possible. And the better your matchup, the more your ability to move to other lanes anyway, right? So that's why going against somebody like Syndra is just the absolute best. And this game felt like a textbook example of exactly how to abuse a good matchup on Fizz. So, yeah. I really hope you found this useful, because I felt like it was really a really good example for Fizz players to learn from. So, yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you learned. Goodbye.